Look at my cool shirt. Hi, I'm Lex and welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be talking about my beauty project pan. So this is any of the items that aren't in my makeup categories, anything that I'm sort of just using outside of my other project pans. So anything that's a bathroom product, hair care, skincare, things like that. It's all in this project, and I'd just like to update you as I'm using stuff really. So let's try and get into it. Up first I have my Cherry Room Spray, which I actually use more as a body spray when I'm out and about, and I'd say that we're still pretty close to this mark, maybe just a little bit below it. I haven't been using it very much in work where I normally use it because they've put a couple little perfumes in the women's bathrooms for us, so I just use those on my break now. In terms of soap, I've been using a gingerbread and oatmeal soap, and there is a tiny, tiny little sliver of it left, so that should be gone really, really soon. I've not been using soap very much recently because even though I shower every day, I sort of alternate between using soap and using shower gel. So I've been trying to finish up my shower gel because I think it's kind of coming to the end now. Although it is a huge bottle, so it's difficult to judge whether it's just pumping weird because the pump's not long enough or whether it's actually almost finished. I have my Diego de la Palma multi-use face mask, and this one I've used a little bit. I've sort of cleaned off this inside plasticky bit. It's a really, really gorgeous face mask, and I've honestly kind of just been putting this on my face before I go to sleep because it's a massage mask, so you don't necessarily have to wash it off or anything. And it's just very nice and very moisturizing, and whatever ingredients are in it work really, really well for my skin. The packaging's just not the nicest because it's a little bit leaky because of the nature of the product. It's also pretty old, but I got it for £2.50 in TK Maxx. So that was a steal, and it'll last me for ages. So I wanna get it used up because it is kind of old now. The other face mask style product that I have in here is this Sleep Defense Calming Kombucha Overnight Mask from Skin Proud, and I got like one of the big air bubbles out of here mostly, but there's still a lot of air in it, and I don't use a lot of this when I do use it. I don't think it does anything for my skin, if I'm being perfectly honest, and I have to wash it off, and it's just a little bit annoying, and I don't know. I don't really like it very much, but I'm just going to use it up because it's not doing any harm. I've not really been having very many breakouts recently, so I've not used up very many pimple patches. I did have this one spot there, but I kind of just picked at it until I made it way worse than it was originally. So, pimple patches are staying in at the moment. For deodorant, I was using this Sanex Dermocare antiperspirant. I've finished this up and I'm rolling in a Sanex Dermocare antiperspirant. I bought a pack of about 6 of these, so I'm gonna keep rolling through them. I think eventually I want to settle down on a kind of black and white antiperspirant, so ones that don't leave yellow marks on white clothes and don't leave white marks on on black clothes. So I'll be trying to use those up, and then I have a couple of natural deodorants that I want to try out to see if they actually work. One's supposedly a deodorant antiperspirant type combo, so if that works really well and it's like natural and in sustainable packaging, then I will definitely be switching to that. My big issue is just that a lot of the time things that are natural don't work as well. They don't actually smell very good, they don't make me smell nice, they don't help with my sweating, so it's a bit of trial and error, but I'm willing to try it, so I'll let you know how that goes if I do. Last month I had a big bottle of glittery body lotion, and I've pretty much used all of that up. I have the last little dregs of it here. This is probably just enough for like one use on my legs. It smells kind of nice, but I'm a little over it now, and it's very, very glittery. So because that's rolling out, I kind of want to roll in another body lotion. This is just a little tiny strawberry lotion from the Body Shop. It's a body butter, sorry. And I remember really liking these last time I tried them. I think I had the coconut one or something. They were really nice. And the cucumber one, I think, as well, because I remember it smelling really green and really fresh. But strawberry's a really nice scent. I really enjoy it, so I think this will be really nice. Kind of want to open it just to smell it now. Oh, there's such little product in here. But it smells really good, so I'll hopefully get that used up by next month as well. I've been really, really terrible at lotioning my body recently. I know I should because it's winter and that's when I get the most dry, but I've just not been bothered. For face wash, I have this Beauty Shop Botanic Powder. It's aloe and grape scented. It's mattifying, and there's still quite a bit of it left, I think, for maybe like a week of consistent use. I just haven't been using it very consistently. It smells good and it works good. I just don't like that it's a powder that you then have to mix with a little bit of water to turn it into a paste, because I think that makes it really difficult to keep dry in your bathroom and the powder all kind of clumps together. And that's the issue I was having. That's why I had to take the sifter out of it. But it's still kind of clumping, so I have to give it a good shake before every time I use it. And it's just not the ideal way to have face wash. I don't know. I prefer just normal, like, face wash gels or creams or balms or whatever. The other face wash I have in here is dripping on me. It's this little sample size Lumen charcoal face wash. And Lumen is a brand that specifically kind of caters to men, but it's been quite nice. It lathers up really, really well, and I do think it does clean quite nicely. It just also feels kind of stripping, and I've not used very much of this at all because you only really need the tiniest bit for your whole face, which is good. I feel like then you're not wasting a lot of product. You don't have to use a bunch of it for your face, but that one will be in for a little while as well. For shaving, I tend to use a whip soap, so this is my Plum and Rhubarb shower whip, and this smells so gorgeous. Between this and my gingerbread soap, I just smell so Christmassy right now. I haven't really been shaving all that much. I've shaved my legs a couple times since last month, so I've used a little bit of it up. But it's still going strong. And that's good, because whip soap seems really expensive to me. Like, I can buy any old bar of soap for like £1, but whip soap is like £5 to £10 for just like this kind of size tub. So I don't know, but I only use a tiny bit of it, and it's really good for shaving, so I'm gonna probably keep buying it. For my body scrub, I had this macadamia oil sea salt body scrub, and I didn't really like it. I thought it was very dry, and I did use it all up. I only had a little bit left last month. I did finally use it all up, and again, I'm just not a fan of it. It's not very anything really. It's not moisturizing. It's not. It's very. It was an okay scrub, but it was just not great. I'm replacing it with this Jaya Chocolate Fusion Sugar Body Scrub in the Stuffed Praline scent, and this. Oh my god, it smells so good. I want to eat it so bad. It genuinely like smells like the most delicious like truffle pralines. Praline truffles, whatever. It smells so good and chocolatey and gorgeous. For my face exfoliator, I've been using this one from Jaya. It's the vitamin C and B3 niacinamide. Chemical peel. It's like a chemical exfoliant, not a scrubby particle one. It's really nice. You have to keep it on a little bit, but I've not used too much of it. I try and only exfoliate like once a week, and I've kind of been forgetting a little bit lately. But I don't want to like over exfoliate and aggravate my skin, and especially because I've been using the Beauty Shot face wash that's a powder, so it's still a little bit gritty when you wash your face with it. The other thing that's dripping everywhere is my coconut lip scrub, and this is a huge lip scrub, genuinely massive. I keep it in the shower because that's just where I like to use it. It smells really good and really coconutty. I've used quite a bit of it so far, and I like using it just in the shower every few days to exfoliate my lips, especially now that it's winter and I have chapped lips all the time. I exfoliate them in the shower and then I pop a lip mask on when I get out, and that's really good, and I have really nice and moisturized lips. I've also finished my Vaseline Cocoa Radiant body oil. This was nice. I'm not leaning towards body oils at the moment. I use them a lot in the summer because I was nice and glowy, and now that it's winter and I'm layering up and I am wearing a lot of clothes, I don't like all my clothes touching my oily skin. I've had to readjust a little bit, my legs hurt. In keeping with the bathroom, I've rolled in quite a few bath products this month actually. I'm started using these Mojito bath salts. They smell quite nice. They're not super strong in the bath, and I'm not sure I'd exactly call the smell Mojito, but it smells good either way. They're from Elysium Spa, and I'm about halfway done with them. I think I used them in like 2 baths, so probably about 2 more and these will be done. And also from Elysium Spa I have these Juicy Apple bath salts, which for some reason, I don't know if it's just because I'm bad at it, but they just don't close super well. And these I wouldn't say smell like apple. I would say they just smell like generic bath product. They are natural and they're nice. Bath salts are always just kind of nice. They always just smell kind of nice and make your bath feel kind of nice, so I'll use them up. I think I have another bag of those somewhere as well, somewhere in the back, in my backlog. And because it's winter, I bought this Astonish Body and Soul Honeyed Almond and Fig Bath Soak, because that sounded really, really nice. Honeyed Fig and Almond. That's really difficult for me to say for some reason. I used it in 1 bath so far, so I think it'll take me maybe about 10 baths to get all this done. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 baths to get this finished. It smells really good though, and it doesn't bubble up as much as I thought it would, but it still makes for a really, really good bubble bath. So yeah, it's really nice. I like it. It was like less than £2 and no bargains. Let's do some hair care. So I want to roll in this biotin and coconut oil leave-in conditioner from Glow in the honey coconut scent, because I just need something to spray in my hair now that it's nice and short, whenever I'm like drying it and things like that. I just want something extra, like an extra leave-in conditioner to use. So I'll roll that in. I'm guesstimating that we're somewhere around here because I've used it a couple times but not too much. Then as always I have my curl cream. This is the Boots curl cream mixed with some XHC leave-in conditioner. No rinse conditioner in the papaya scent. And this is nice. Because I've chopped all my hair off now and I don't have lengths of hair to use it on, I'm only going to be using the tiniest bit of this, so I feel like it's going to be going really, really slowly. And I did try and put it in all of my hair last time, but it just made the top bit get really greasy really quickly, so I will literally just be using it on the tiny, tiny little end portions of my hair. So I kind of see that the progress on this is going to really slow down. I'd say we were about by here since I refilled it last month. I like put everything together just in this one pot to make a hair concoction, and it's been working so much better that way. I did really enjoy using it, but progress is going to be slow now that I have no hair to put it on. And I have my Olay Repair and Rebuild Bond Hair Oil. Again, teeny tiniest little bit of progress. We're ever so slightly below the top line. It's good, but I only use a tiny bit of this now that I have a little tiny hair. I literally use 1 drop of it throughout all of the ends of my hair. So that'll also be taking a while. I will hopefully remember to use it a little bit more in this coming month because I do think I've been slacking on it a little bit, but we're taking it easy. It's the end of the year, you know. Whatever happens, happens. I have quite a few face products. So I have this Jaya toner. It's about halfway. I'm really waiting to finish up my toner in my 50 Shades of Black project pan because I've decanted the last of it into my tiny bottle that I use, and as soon as I've used that up, it'll be gone and I'll only focus on this. I decant these into the small bottle because these come with like spray tops, and I don't like spraying toner on my face. I'd rather put a bit of it on a reusable cotton pad to like swipe all over my face. So those will take a little while. I have my Biovine SPF 50 anti-aging sun serum, and there is probably only a tiny little bit of this left, to be honest, maybe like a week of everyday use, because I've been using this quite a bit, even though it is winter time and I live in the UK, so it's rainy and drab and rubbish. Every time I go outside I still put sunscreen on, so yeah. There is an SPF 30 that I had in here in a tiny white bottle, and that is currently getting decanted into a little pot because I couldn't get anything else out with the dropper, so I've just like turned it upside down over a pot, and I'm hoping that it all goes in the pot and I can just use it out the little pot. There's only about 2 or 3 uses left of that anyway, so I'm basically counting that as rolling out now. This Biovine anti-aging face fluid, I haven't used at all. I'm kind of saving it for when I go on holiday, so I might not update this next month. This is my Boots Everyday Moisturizing Night Cream. I've been kind of putting this on the back burner because I've been using other face creams instead, but that's fine as long as I'm just using something to moisturize my face. I don't mind too much. This is my Topa mattifying toner, and I only use this at night because otherwise it leaves a green cast and makes all of my makeup pill. It's just down to here, and I haven't used this too much this month, I can't lie, because it's just not a favourite product. It's just a little bit gross, and I don't want to look like Shrek, and I've got some nice heavy creams in at the moment for the winter, so why would I use a subpar, not very moisturising product when I can just use a really good face cream? And then I have my Anu Radiance Maximizing Serum with Vitamin C. Anu is an Avon brand, and there is genuinely like 2 uses left in here maybe. I used it today for the first time because today I'm not going outside, but my thing is I don't really use serums or like day creams unless I'm not using sunscreen in the morning. Otherwise, if I put everything on my face all at once, it's just a little bit too greasy. So yeah, I'll just have to wait until I have more days where I'm either not leaving the house, which is unlikely to happen because I'm working a lot, or I'm only working delivery because then we don't have any windows, so I don't need sunscreen, or I'm going to work and leaving work when it gets dark, so I'm not in the car when it's sunny, so I don't have to put sunscreen on. I did have an 11-hour shift last week, which was basically that. I left the house like early in the morning, so it was still dark, and then by the time I was coming back home it was dark, so I didn't need sunscreen then either. And I want to roll in this new serum that I got. I've stuck a sticker on it, of course. It says, I roll to seduce the dragon, because I've been sticking Dungeons and Dragons stickers all over my beauty products lately. But this serum got given to me for free in exchange for a review, so I've been using it, and when I unscrewed the top and I was like looking at it, it smelled like paint, but when I like pump it out and there's not as much product, it doesn't smell as painty, I guess. So I have been using it on my face, and I don't smell the paint smell when it's on my face or anything, so I'm just gonna keep using it, and I haven't had any negative side effects yet, I don't think. I have my teeny tiny pot of Vaseline. As you can see, there is just this tiny little corner left. Everything else is pretty much cleared out. I just use this on my face sometimes to lock in the moisture after I've used like a serum or a face mask. As soon as that's empty, I will be refilling it with more Vaseline from my big tub, because those little Vaselines are kind of expensive for what they are. Like, they're so small and there's hardly no product in them. So I found that just buying a big Vaseline and refilling the little ones from the big Vaseline is a lot more convenient. I have my Iman of Noble Propolis lip mask, and this one has been getting steady use as well. It's pretty low down, and I've used up the majority of it, so I'm just going to keep at it and see how that goes. I have 6 other lip masks to use up once this one is done. So I've clearly been on a little bit of a spending spree in terms of lip masks. But they all smell really good, to be fair. Then finally just some little random bits. I have my sun-kissed cuticle oil, and this is done. This is empty. I'm rolling this out. I only really used it like twice this past month, and it's now finished. And my body powder I also finished up, and I'm now waiting for this new lot of body powder to dry. This one is scented with my vanilla body mist, so it smells really, really gorgeous. But I will say that I would recommend using perfumes, not body mist, something that's like alcohol based, so then it evaporates faster and doesn't create like a weird texture in your powder. So I think I'm just going to stick to perfumes instead of body sprays in the future for scenting my body powder. And then face mask wise, I finished this glow mask. It was a peach printed face mask. It smelled pretty good. It smelled like peaches. It's made in Korea supposedly. I don't think it did anything for my face though, so it's not like, it wasn't that good. I got it for 50p on sale though, so I'm not too mad about it. And then I used up 3 eye patches. They're good, they're nice. I feel like I really enjoy using those, but I just don't like having a lot of single-use waste, so I don't think I'll be buying any more single-use eye patches or single-use face masks. I'd rather buy something like this that I can get multiple uses out of and there's less waste. And I've really been thinking about maybe buying some reusable under-eye patches or reusable face masks, where you just put your own serum on them and then put them on your face and whatever, and then you can like rinse them off and reuse them. Because I think that's so much more sustainable, and that's just a lot better, I think, for the environment, and I can use my own serums, so it'll be better for my sort of particular skin concerns and things. I don't know. For that, I'd have to work through a lot of my face masks. So let's see what I use up in the next month. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!